call questions. Questions orales. L'honorable chef.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition. The Bloc, they're not worth the cost. The Bloc Québécois voted in favour of increasing taxes on home heating throughout Canada, and they did so to save this Prime Minister's political career. So this is a new costly coalition made up of the Bloc and the Liberal Party, and the Minister of the Environment has confirmed that this is a coalition. He says there is a coalition in the House of Commons and that coalition includes the Bloc. The Bloc doesn't do anything for free, though. So will the Prime Minister tell us what he offered the Bloc Québécois so that they would keep him in power and support quadrupling the carbon tax? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. I offer to Quebecers what I offer all Canadians. That is, the opportunity to grow in a greener, more prosperous future. Together, we are fighting climate change. There are three parties in this House of Commons fighting climate change. The Conservatives, though, they don't want to do anything to address climate change. The Conservatives don't understand that there can't be a plan for the economy if there isn't a plan to fight climate change. They go hand in hand, and we will work with all members in this House who want to fight against climate change to build a better world. Meanwhile, the Conservatives want to set us back to the Stone Age. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition. Mr. Speaker, he has just mixed up the Bloc Québécois and Quebecers. Those are not one and the same, because the Bloc Québécois has abandoned Quebecers. But the Prime Minister apparently thinks that the Bloc Québécois speaks for Quebecers. The Bloc Québécois wants to radically increase taxes on Quebecers, and the Bloc Québécois now wants to keep this Prime Minister in power. The Bloc Québécois supports the Prime Minister's inflationary deficits and his centralizing policies. So, the Minister for the Environment also admitted that there is a coalition which includes the Bloc. So, once again, what did the Prime Minister offer the Bloc to get this coalition deal? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, approximately 500,000 Quebecers are still heating their homes with heating oil. All Quebec MPs should know, and that includes Bloc members, the Liberal Party members, and other. We should all understand that those who are spending money on home heating oil are spending more money, they're polluting more, and this mostly affects lower-income Quebecers and Canadians. That's why we are offering to replace home heating oil with heat pumps. We'll work with all provinces who want to deliver this program to people free of charge, especially for those living on lower incomes, because we know that to build a better world, we need to do so together.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Prime Minister is not worth the cost or the division after 8 years. Panicking under pressure from MPs in a region where he's plummeting in the polls, he'd paused the tax for some people in some places, but his minister said that other people should have voted Liberal if they wanted the same break. Now the panicking Prime Minister is further dividing the country with the confirmation from his Environment Minister that he's now in a coalition with the Bloc, the separatist party. So, we have a costly carbon tax coalition that includes the separatists. What did he promise the separatists to get them to sign on to keeping him in power for 2 more years?
Le très honorable Premier ministre.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Only division in this country as to whether or not we should be doing everything we can to fight climate change is within the Conservative Party. The Canadians are unequivocal that we need to fight climate change and we need to support Canadians through that. That's why our price on pollution returns hundreds of dollars every 3 months to the average family of 4 while fighting climate change and watching our curve bend faster over the past 2 years than the other G7 countries. We will continue to hold Canadians together as we fight climate change while Conservatives continue to bring us backwards.
Hear, hear.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister's own Environment Commissioner confirmed he will not hit his own targets, and the Prime Minister has admitted that his carbon tax is not worth the cost for oil-heated homes. Now, he did that to save his political hide, But his desperation went one step further this week when he relied on the separatists to vote with him to quadruple the tax on home heating for everyone else in Canada. So the question is very clear. What did he promise the separatists to get their support to save his political hide and quadruple his tax?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, no matter how much the Conservatives try to deny it, every single day in this country, we get closer to never using coal to generate electricity again. And now, Mr. Speaker, we're choosing to phase out home heating oil, which is dirtier, more expensive, and disproportionately relied on by lower-income Canadians. The Conservatives may try to make up all the stuff they like, but the reality is replacing home heating oil is good for Canadians when we put in heat pumps, and that's exactly what we're doing.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, after 8 years, he hasn't eliminated coal-fired electricity. He hasn't eliminated oil-powered heating in homes, and his carbon tax will not allow him to meet his own GHG targets, according to his Environment Commissioner. Now, that is the reality, that his carbon tax is not worth the cost. And that's why people, all 10 premiers, Conservative, Liberal, and NDP, are calling for him to take the tax off so Canadians will keep the heat on. Will he be fair to all Canadians, or will he sign on with the separatists to divide our country some more?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
I have to admit I'm a little worried for the Leader of the Opposition. When he has to stoop to bringing up the separatist boogeyman to try and scare Canadians, he must be running out of material. The fact of the matter is, Mr. Speaker, Canadians are afraid of climate change. They're afraid of the extreme weather events. They're afraid of the concerns we have about a brighter future. And what we are doing is fighting climate change every day while we build a stronger economy with greater careers, while we support Canadians every single day with the high cost of living. This is what we're delivering. He has no plan to fight climate change, no plan for the future of the economy, no plan for Canadians.
Colleagues, I'm going to ask colleagues to all honourable colleagues to please refrain from taking or making noises while a member or one of our colleagues has the floor. It's important for us to hear the questions. It's important for us to hear the answers.